Joe's Inner Child Podcast.
What kind of impression did the Black Panther film make on you before you knew that you were going to be involved in this project?
I was just amazed at how this was a global moment for Black people. I like to think of these moments that happen that influence influence a lot of other things, and that for me was a real moment. And because of also the costume design borrowed from some of our cultures in South Africa, I think we were just so excited. And at this point with MCU, I mean, I've been there since Norton's Hulk, so I've been fully invested from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was just so excited that at this moment, after the 11 plus years that I've spent with MCU, we finally got Black Panther, and that the representation was so beautiful. It wasn't a caricature of anything. It was really, really important. It was an important moment for me as a comic book nerd, and also just as a creator.
Yeah, and they really represented the regal side of that character more than the superhero side, which I thought was really, really great. And I feel like that's something that is written in Black Panther Sons of the King, is trying to find a balance of, a hero and a king. I am curious of how you approached the Black Panther point, the actual T'Challa point. Did you have any influence on the character from Chadwick Boseman's performance while you were actually writing the chapters that you wrote?
It's difficult. I won't even lie and say I wasn't influenced by how Chadwick brought this character to life. It was difficult. As I was writing, all I saw in my head was Chadwick, and I'm so thankful that I had a real life reference point, as opposed to just the comics. And I think Chadwick brought a certain life to the character, a certain dignity. And every time I wrote T'Challa's scenes, I was always thinking of that dignity that Chadwick brought to the role.
So I know you mentioned Ramonda. You really feel like she's a character that you loved, that you were able to contribute to. But you also wrote a bit with Okoye, Shuri, several other female characters.
Misty Knight as well.
Yeah. Misty. I was so excited that Misty Knight was in the book. That was amazing. Which character? I know that I hate asking like what's your favorite, but which character do you feel like you most related to, female wise, when you were writing them? Because you probably wrote like 7 of these females in the chapters that you were in.
I think I related most to Shuri in this particular story because I too am a daddy's girl. And when when I was writing, now I'm trying to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
When I was writing what she was going through, I put myself in her shoes, and I thought, if this was happening with my dad in real life, I wasn't just going to thug it up and go, oh well. There would definitely be some turmoil. And so I related most to Shuri in the story, because I know if anything like that happened with me and my father, it would take me a minute to kind of gather my bearings. I'm trying so hard not to give away spoilers.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, wrestling with memories of your father, at least, I feel like that is a very wide way to describe it without trying to give any spoilers.
And also I think I got the opportunity also to show her that she's not just the genius of the family. I wanted to kind of show the different elements of Shuri in the story, where she does rely on her brother, but sometimes she has to do the difficult things.
Literary Joe's Inner Child Podcast.